Hey guys, Smart Geek. In this video I have an unboxing and review of the BlitzWolf MP1 Projector. This is an affordable projector which is only $99, and it was actually sent to me by BlitzWolf so I can try it out, and if I liked it I'll make a video for you guys. And honestly, I have to make a video for you guys because this is a $99 projector, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people searching for a cheap projector, and a lot of you guys might be thinking, is a $99 projector actually worth buying? So this is the reason why I'm doing this video. First of all, here in the boxing, we got Wi-Fi ready, we got small size, AC power, rich interface there. It's compatible with Windows, Android. Of course, you could connect this via DLNA, but you can actually do this via Miracast, which is my favorite way to connect to this projector. I already used this for over a week already. And like I always do, I always put the products back in their box so you guys can see what to expect when you get this through the mail, right? So here it is. We got the projector here. We got some information there. First of all, right here we have the remote control, which is here you're basically going to see the same controls that you see on the projector, but on the controller. This requires two AAA batteries, but these batteries are not included, so keep that in mind. These are my batteries that I actually put there myself. You got the power cord, and here you got a audio and video input cable that actually comes with it, which is not bad. At least they included that. There is no HDMI cable whatsoever. You're gonna have to supply your own. Let's go and take this out of here. You got a user manual, which I recommend to actually read it because there's a lot of things you should know about the functions when it comes to buttons. Some buttons have like multiple functions, so that's why I recommend to read it. And here it is. We got this cover for the lens that actually comes out. Yeah, make sure you take the cover or lens out when you set this up, because it's going to be right here. And at first it's not going to fall. Right now it's falling, but you don't really need that after you take it out of the box and you set it up. So here it is. This is a pretty small projector. This is 200 millimeters, if I'm not mistaken, which is basically like 7.8 inches, less than 8 inches. This here is like 153 millimeters, which is like 6.02 inches, and tall, when it comes to tallness, is like less than 4 inches, so it's not big at all. Here you have the function keys. You got the back button, you got the play and pause button, you got these navigation buttons with OK, which is basically like enter, power button, you got the menu button, and you got the input button. But all these buttons are actually here in the controller as well. Here is the focus button. So when you slide here, depending on what distance you have your projector from the wall, you're gonna have to, of course, focus. This right here is the keystone knob. With this, you're gonna actually control the angle of the projection on the wall, and it's gonna be very, very useful. So these are the two main knobs that you're actually gonna be using a lot to focus. Here on the side, we got audio output, which like you see there, has the headphone jack. Here you got audio and video input. This is where you're going to be using this, just in case you need to hook up an old audio video system, like an old VCR or old DVD player or something like that. Here you got HDMI input, you got USB input, and you got SD card input, which is awesome. And of course, you got an output for USB. So that means, for example, if you're using your phone to transmit something to the projector, you can actually charge your smartphone using this port, or anything else. If there's anything that has USB powered, you can power it from through there. Here, of course, you got the lens. Over here, you got the heightness. With this right here, you just slide it like that, and you control the heightness of the projector. You see there, you're going to be using this as well. Here's where you're going to connect the power cord. Here in the rear, we have the IR blaster. Of course, this is where you're going to be pointing your remote control, so you can have total control of your projector. Over here, you got the VGA input. You could hook up a old laptop or PC and project your video and audio through this projector here. Over here in the bottom, it's just basic information here. Here you got a speaker where you're going to be listening to whatever you're projecting. Sounds pretty good, not amazing, but it sounds okay. And that's it. Other than that, when it comes to spec wise, let's go and plug this right now to the power so you guys can see here the little light that blinks. That lets you know that it's ready there to turn it on. When you turn it on, of course, you're gonna start listening to some fans here, which is the only noise or sound you're gonna be hearing from this projector. Now, when it comes to spec wise, this projector has a 1200 lumens brightness, LED bulb with 20,000 hours of lifetime. That's what they claim. There's no way I'm gonna be able to test that. 800 to 1 contrast. I know there's a lot of people gonna be asking that. And of course, you can project from 50 inches to 130 inches depending on the distance that you put this projector. It doesn't really have like a control where you can project the distance. You actually have to control the distance or the size of the screen depending on the location of the projector. Of course, like I said, $99, which is not bad. Native resolution is 800 by 480, but you can put up to input resolution up to 1080p. Other than that, this is what you're going to be listening to when you hook it up in your home theater or anywhere else. Okay, so here I'm going to be testing it in my living room, a little portable table there. Of course, always focus your projector and your keystone key so you can control the angle of your projection. Of course, like you see here, I'm using a case so I can control a little bit better the heightness of my projection because this table a little bit short and I'm projecting to a wall which is behind my sofas, so that's the reason I'm using that. But like you see there, I have it all the way to the top. Here I am actually connecting the PlayStation 4 to the HDMI input, and I'm also using a USB drive there so I can show you guys some files using the USB drive input. And of course, if I wanted, I could hook up a speaker there using the headphone jack, but I'm not. And right here, of course, like you see there, the controls of the projector is always going to be on the controller, remote control as well. And to control the projector, you actually have to be on the rear of the projector. This remote control actually has to be pointing almost exactly to the projector. One thing to keep in mind, you might want to be on a dark room because like you see here, if it's too light, the color of the picture is not gonna be that good. So that's why with this projector, you actually need to be in a dark room, and of course always adjust and focus. And like I said before, you can actually control the size of the projection depending on how close you get to the screen. I honestly recommend a smaller size. 50 inches to 70 inches for me is the sweet spot. The colors look a lot more brighter, a lot more sharper. The bigger you get, the more faded the colors are going to be, the more or less visible or readable the text on the screen is going to be. And for me, the sweet spot is around 60 to 70 inches. Now here, let's go and show you guys the settings. When you press the setting button, you're going to get picture, sound, time, and other options here. In picture mode user, you can actually control movie, documents, pictures, or you can adjust your own settings here. You can also control the color temperature. You got medium, warm, cool, or user. I keep it on medium. You got the aspect ratio, which you got auto, 4:3, 16:9. I honestly leave it in auto. Noise reduction, you could turn it on or off as well. Here you got sound, you got standard, music, movie, sports, user. Honestly, I keep it on movie or sports, which is the loudest one. But of course, you can adjust it to however you like it. Here, I got out of here. You got balance, you got auto volume off or on. I think I keep it on. Surround sound here as well. You can control, put it off. Surround sound, SRS, True Surround XT. It really doesn't matter because this is not going to sound amazing. Doesn't matter where you put it at. You also have EQ. You could control these individually there as well. So like you see there, you can actually dig in. You got some clock, sleep time hour, auto sleep, off. You got here in options, you can have these options for languages. You got English, Spanish, and all these other languages, which is good depending on what country you're getting this from. Most likely this will be compatible with your language. Internal speaker, you could turn it on or off. That's in case you have like something hooked up like an audio and you want to stop the audio of the projector and use the speakers, you could do that. Here, of course, if you can also update your projector by hooking up a USB drive with the firmware there. And basically that's it. This is all the things you could do here in settings. Okay, so now let's go and show you guys the inputs. You got USB, you got audio, video, you got HDMI input, SD card, you got the PC input, and you got the wireless input there. Right now, I'm going to show you guys the USB. When you select the USB, this is the menu you're always going to see. You got movies, photos, and all that. This is how the USB looks to you. You can navigate through all the folders as well. Right here I'm showing you guys a video from the PlayStation 4, which I have a folder in it, but it's compatible with a whole bunch of video formats as well. Of course, keep in mind, sometimes here, like you see here, when you play the video, you're gonna see the information there on the side. When you press the play button, it actually gonna go to full screen. At first I was having a hard time how to get this in full screen because it wouldn't say anywhere. So when pressing the play button, you can actually go up. And by pressing the volume buttons on the remote control, you can actually control the volume of the projector. And what you're hearing here is the speakers of the projector. And let's get out of there. Of course, you can also navigate, like I said, photos, music, and text. Here we could go back again to the files and see the photo. By pressing the play button, again, you could go full screen. And of course, it's compatible with JPEG, PNG, and all that as well. Now let's go ahead, get out of here, and change the input to HDMI, which I have connected the PlayStation 4 to it. And voila, it changes pretty fast. I don't have a problem with the speed which it changes. And like you see here, it's pretty cool how being able to play your PlayStation 4 on a big screen. But keep in mind, the smaller the screen, the better the resolution and the colors are gonna look. And of course, the brightness of the room, everything is gonna be affecting how the colors look. So I recommend to be dark. I recommend to adjust the colors. Usually when I'm playing video games, I actually go into the user section and control the colors and brightness and contrast myself, because it doesn't really have a gaming settings here. And of course, the other recommendation would be is to put a cloth on the wall, which is white, which I'm not using because I don't have one and I didn't want to go through the trouble of doing that, put it on and taking it off. But if you put a white cloth on the wall, the colors and pictures should also look a lot better as well. Now let's go ahead and change to SD. Like when you go to SD, you can put an SD card there, and you can see the same menu you see with the USB drive. Over here, of course, you can connect the PC, and the wireless feature of this projector is pretty cool as well. Like you see here, you have the option for Miracast, but one thing to keep in mind, when you press the OK button while being here, you could switch to DLNA. Like see there, DLNA lets you connect the projector to your router, and then you can like transfer or view pictures or videos from your computer using DLNA, which is pretty good. But honestly, I really like the Miracast function. Like you see here, I'm using a Galaxy Note device. Almost every smartphone has Miracast, but of course it's named different. They don't really say Miracast, it says something different. Here, for example, on the Galaxy phone, it says Smart View. I think that's what it says, but it's actually Miracast, and it does a very good job connecting to the projector really fast. Of course, it's also gonna depend on your internet bandwidth as well, but it hooks up pretty good, and from here you can watch videos from YouTube, or you can use videos from Netflix and all that as well. You can also play video games as well while you're connected. Like you see there, I'm playing Geometry Wars connected using the Miracast feature, which is pretty good. It does a great job. There's no lag whatsoever. That's one thing that I was really surprised of it, that I didn't feel any lag whatsoever. Of course, the only negative that I would have to say about this is that the bigger the screen, the more faded the colors are gonna be. So you might want to get close. Like I said before, you might want to keep it to a 50 to 70 inch screen. In this video, I am not using a 50 to 70 inch screen. This screen right here is like a maybe 90 inches or close to 100 inches, and this is how it looks, which I honestly, it doesn't look that bad at all. But of course, everything's gonna depend on your room, the colors, the darkness of your room. If you put a backdrop which is white, the picture is actually going to look better as well. Another thing you could do here is that it has like a turn button. Like you see here, I can flip the picture, the image, to however I want to, depending on the location of the projector, and that's pretty good. You could do that as well. Like for example, if you put the projector upside down on your ceiling, you can actually control the turn or rotate the picture, and that way it will always look good. That's an option you have there. And of course, you know, like I said, you can always hook up your PlayStation 4. You can also use a, like for example, like a Chromecast device and hook it up to your HDMI. That way you can like stream your images or videos to your projector as well, and it will work perfectly good, no problem whatsoever. But of course, keep in mind, this is a $99 projector. Okay, we're talking about $99 projectors, which good projectors actually cost over $800. Okay, good projector costs over $800. Great projectors cost over $1,000 or maybe $1,500. Amazing projectors, we're talking about over $10,000. And honestly, for the price, I think this is a very cool device for students. For students, or if you want to have like a TV in your room, this would be a nice thing. You know, this could be a nice thing because you could hook it up to your PlayStation 4 in your room, and if you have a big enough room, you can project it there. It's gonna work pretty good, and like I said, the smaller the screen, the better it's gonna look. So that's the way I would put it, from 50 to 70 inches. That's my recommendation for the best sweet spot. Of course, like I said, you can always control the heightness, the keystone key, which works the angle. You can always, if you're gonna put it on the ceiling, you can always rotate the picture, which is another cool feature of the projector. And of course, like I said, everything that you have on all the buttons you have on the projector, you're gonna have it on the remote. One thing you gotta keep in mind is that you always have to be behind the projector to have proper control with the remote. Other than that, honestly, I think this projector is totally worth it if you're looking for a cheap projector for your son. For yourself in a room, if you're like a student and you don't want to carry around a TV because it's heavy and you can't fit it anywhere, this projector, you can actually slide it into your bag with your laptop or your PlayStation 4, and that's it. You don't need to walk around with a TV. You have a projector which is going to give you easily a good 50 to 70 inches good quality picture. Of course, you have the sound of the projector, which is going to be a little bit noisy during the night, but you know, it's not that noisy at all. It's not that noisy at all. And when you're having fun playing video games and you have speakers connected to it, you're barely gonna listen to it as well. So that's it, guys, for this video. I just want to share my thoughts and unboxing review of the BlitzWolf Projector MP1 Projector, which is only $99, and I'm gonna leave a link in my description. So if you're interested in it, you can go ahead and click on it, read some more information for it, and you can also ask me questions and I'll try to answer them. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Till next time.